This is your host, Dr. Maurine Quende. I am a learning leader, educator, executive leadership coach, consultant. I'm passionate about empowering leaders, become leaders people want to work for, and helping organizations so that they can become places where people want to work. So if you'd like my company to help you, I'll be excited to do that. So please reach out to me on social media. So those who are tuning in for the first time, every month we have a theme that we follow on the podcast. So last month we were talking about dreams and goals. This month of February is a brand new month. Shout out to myself, by the way. Tomorrow is my birthday, so happy birthday to me. So this month, we're going to be looking at the theme of heart-centered leadership, right? So February being the month of love, so it's a great time to look at leadership from a perspective of love. So once again, welcome those who are joining for the first time, those who have been on this podcast before, welcome back. And I'm your host. And so today's episode, we're going to be focusing on relationships. We're going to be talking about ways where authentic relationships can be fostered within your leadership, and how you can cultivate those genuine connections with your team. So now we know that it's an age where speed and efficiency often takes over the center stage, right? So it's easy to overlook the power of authentic relationships in building trust, loyalty, and long-term success. As a leader, we know leadership is about people. So focusing on relationships from a perspective of love, how can you cultivate those relationships, right? Because you can't lead, right, if you're not a people's person. So first of all, relationships are with the people that you actually lead. So we're going to be talking about those kind of things today. So today we're also going to be looking at how you can create real connections, because that is really the foundation of a heart-centered leadership. You're leading with love, right? So who are you really referring to? The people, right? So you got to be able to look at relationships. So now, why do you even want to consider having authentic relationships as a leader? There's so many reasons, right? So why does authentic relationships matter? Authenticity in leadership means being true to yourself and being transparent with yourself and with your team, being honest, about things happening within your team. I always say this all the time, and one of my favorite quotes by John Maxwell, Dr. John Maxwell, is about leadership, right? If you don't love the people you lead, you have no business leading them, right? So you got to be able to love the people that you lead. You have to be, in Ken Blanchard's words, be madly in love with the people that you lead. So when you build genuine relationships, you create an environment where people feel safe, valued, motivated to give their best. I've had people quit their jobs because their leadership was not authentic. People cannot practice psychological safety. There's just so many things going on. So as a leader, having authentic relationships, even with yourself and the people that you lead, is critical. So authentic relationships also build trust and loyalty. So how can you trust someone, even a spouse, someone like a best friend, that they're not being authentic, right? So when team members know that you're genuine and that your actions align with your words, you're not saying one thing and doing another, right? You're being able to demonstrate that alignment. You're being able to lead by example. They're more likely to trust you, and leading to greater loyalty and engagement. So when employees understand that they can trust you, right, you can see that there is an increase in engagement as well. Having authentic relationships definitely enhances communication. So when you communicate authentically, it opens us channels of, for honest feedback. Many times people say that, when you're wanting to provide constructive feedback, some people are not being receptive, right? So having this, authentic leadership is definitely going to positively impact in that area. Transparency is crucial for resolving conflict. That it's unavoidable in every team. There would always be conflict. So Transparency is crucial for resolving conflict and for driving innovation. How about a resilience? A foundation that is built on authentic relationships help teams navigate those challenges together. They're able to be resilient and work together and overcome all the odds of what's currently going on. So when everybody's on the same page, setbacks become opportunities, stepping stones for them to learn and grow, right? So, for example, if the leader openly shares both successes and challenges with their team, and then they go as far as being vulnerable about their own situations, right? This not only humanizes the leader, but encourages team members to express their own ideas and concerns without fear. And it also encourages them to in turn be vulnerable, right? And so they can be able to pull down those walls, right, that they've erected, so they can remove that mask and just be authentic as well, because the leader was being authentic with themselves as well. So this results in a more collaborative, innovative, and supportive work environment. Now, what are some of those strategies that you can use to build authentic relationships, right? So one, you want to be able to practice active listening. People sometimes, with leaders, they listen just because they want to reply. So we're talking about actively listening here, where you're wanting to have the interest to hear what your team members have to say. So put aside every distraction, eye contact, and make eye contact. Silence all notifications from your phone, from your computer. If you make eye contact and being able to engage, nod, let your body language show that you're interested in those, in what they're sharing with you, right? And then also using verbal and non-verbal cues to demonstrate that you value that perspective and you understand where they're coming from. Okay, another way that you can build authentic relationships is by showing vulnerability. I've shared that a little bit before. There is no such thing as perfection. When leaders have this culture of perfection, it just goes against, people being vulnerable. So being authentic, you have to be willing to be vulnerable. Share your own experiences, good or bad. Share successes and failures, right? Not just the one side. When you admit that you don't have all the answers. This helps build trust and encourages open communication. Have you worked for leaders who claim like they know everything? Tell me about that. You want to be able to be as authentic as possible, okay? And so by doing that, you are able to be honest and build trust with your team. And another area that you want to be able to leverage authentic relationships is by scheduling one-on-one with your team members. Discuss their goals, their challenges, right? So they understand that you have a genuine interest for them and you're wanting to support them. The role of a leader is to empower their teams. A good leader, a great leader would see what's in them even before they could see it. And so this happens when you're able to establish those connections. Having this personalized attention can reveal insights into their needs and help you support effectively. Now, another thing to consider is by being consistent and transparent. We've talked about transparency before. What about consistency? Right? Are you doing one thing today and then doing something else tomorrow? Consistency in your actions and transparency, even in your decisions, they are key to building trust in those relationships. So let your team be informed. Don't be hoarding information, hiding information. Be upfront and be honest about why you're making those decisions and when you're making those decisions and how it impacts them. Own own the process, right? And help them be part of the process as well, so you can get buy-in, right? Encourage peer recognition. By doing this, it also helps you to build those authentic relationships. Appreciate the work that they do, their support, right? You want to be able to thank them, show their appreciation, what they're bringing to your team, right? So you want to be able to appreciate those as well. And also, you want to be able to invest in build those relation building activities. Do team building events within your team. This could be formal or informal. Do like even an escape room. Look for ways that you can build rapport outside your day-to-day work environment as well. There could be even a virtual coffee break or in-person retreat. Those activities that would take you out of your regular work environment would help you to create a space where people would put their guard down and help deepen those relationships. When you're wanting to, when you provide feedback, follow up on the feedback, whether it's positive, it's constructive feedback, positive feedback, whatever. Make sure that you're taking action, right? You're following them, following your commitment to also continuous improvement, and then also reinforcing that everybody's voice matters, including their voices, that they do matter. Okay, so those are some ways that you can use to grow those authentic relationships. Ask what ways that you can support them. Have a genuine interest in the challenges are, and then go out of your way to go and support them. Learn new things, that can help you to empower your team. That's going to help you to put your best foot forward. So as we wrap up today's episode on building authentic relationships, I'd like you to remember that effective leadership isn't just about strategy or execution, taking action on those goals. You want to be able to have those human connections, asking them what are the ways that you can serve them. You want to be able to foster genuine relationships, and by doing that, you're laying the foundation for a resilient, motivated, and high-performing team. So I'd like to thank you for tuning into the Empowerment Minutes podcast. I hope you walked away today with some actionable strategies to help you build a more authentic connection with your team and in your leadership journey. So don't forget to connect with us on social media and share your thoughts and experiences on how you're fostering authentic relationships with your team. So I'd like to invite you to join us same time next week as we continue exploring the many facets of heart-centered leadership. Until then, keep leading with your heart and authentically. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, please share with your network. See you next time. This is Dr. Maurine signing off.